As we get older, many people begin to notice swelling around the ankles, heaviness in the calves, or that uncomfortable tight feeling that shows up after sitting or standing for too long. And while it's easy to chalk these changes up to age, there's usually a deeper reason the body starts sending out these signals. When you're over 60, the circulatory and lymphatic systems naturally slow down a bit, and the tissues in your legs don't always bounce back as quickly as they once did. Blood vessels can lose some of their elasticity, muscles may not pump blood upward as efficiently, and the lymphatic system can struggle to clear excess fluid. All of these factors work together, making swelling and heaviness much more common. But the important thing to understand is that these issues aren't just random changes or inevitable consequences of aging. They're connected to inflammation, nutrient deficiencies, and changes in the structure of your veins and connective tissues, and that means your body is asking for support, not giving up. Many older adults don't realize how big a role nutrition plays in maintaining strong veins, healthy circulation, and proper fluid balance. The blood vessels in your legs are constantly fighting gravity, pushing blood upward toward your heart, and when they become weak or inflamed, that job becomes much harder. This can lead to pooling of blood, increased pressure in the veins, and the classic swollen feeling that shows up at the end of the day. Meanwhile, the lymphatic system, which is responsible for clearing waste and excess fluid, can also slow down due to inflammation or lack of movement, allowing fluid to collect in the lower legs. When the body doesn't have the vitamins and minerals it needs to repair tissue, manage inflammation, or support circulation, these issues tend to appear more frequently and more intensely. It's not that the body stops working well, it's that it's working with fewer resources than it used to have. Over time, this can lead to chronic leg discomfort, increased risk of fluid retention, and a cycle where the legs feel tired or heavy even after minimal activity. But the encouraging part is that when you give the body the right nutrients, it often responds quickly and positively. Vitamins and natural compounds that support collagen production help strengthen the walls of the blood vessels. Anti-inflammatory nutrients help reduce swelling and improve fluid movement. Minerals that support muscle and nerve function help the legs pump blood more efficiently. The key idea is that your legs aren't just getting weaker with age, they're signaling that certain systems need support. Swelling, heaviness, and discomfort aren't random. They're signs of circulation slowing down, inflammation increasing, or vessels needing reinforcement. When you understand this connection, it becomes much easier to take meaningful steps toward relief, and it becomes clear that age itself isn't the enemy. The goal is simply to give your body the nutritional tools it needs to restore the efficiency and balance it once had, allowing your legs to feel lighter, stronger, and more capable again. Key vitamins play a much bigger role in leg health than most people realize, especially after the age of 60, when the body's natural repair processes begin to slow down and nutrient absorption isn't as efficient as it once was. Vitamin C, for example, is not just an immune booster, it's a crucial part of building and maintaining collagen, the structural protein that keeps veins strong, flexible, and able to move blood upward against gravity. When the walls of the veins weaken or lose elasticity, they're more likely to stretch, leak, or allow blood to pool, which leads to swelling and discomfort. Giving your body enough vitamin C helps reinforce these vessels so they maintain their shape and function, which naturally supports better circulation and reduces that heavy, tired feeling in the legs. Vitamin E is another powerful nutrient that supports smoother blood flow. It works as a natural antioxidant, helping protect blood vessels from damage caused by oxidative stress, and it also helps reduce the tendency for blood cells to clump together. This means the blood can move more freely through the veins, reducing the risk of sluggish circulation, which is a major contributor to swelling and discomfort in the lower legs. People who experience cold feet, numbness, or that slow, dragging sensation often discover that supporting their bodies with vitamin E can make blood flow feel more efficient and comfortable. Magnesium is one of the most widespread deficiencies in older adults, and that deficiency shows up in the legs more than almost anywhere else in the body. Magnesium helps relax blood vessel walls, encourages proper fluid balance, and supports muscle function, including the muscles in the calves that act as pumps to move blood out of the legs and back toward the heart. When magnesium levels are low, it's common to experience muscle cramps, nighttime spasms, stiffness, or that tight, throbbing feeling at the end of the day. Supporting the body with magnesium helps reduce these issues and makes the legs feel more relaxed and capable. Vitamin B6 is another nutritional tool that directly affects water retention. It helps regulate the balance of sodium and potassium, which determines how much fluid your body holds onto. When this balance is off, the body tends to store excess water, which often shows up in the lower legs and ankles. B6 supports the body in letting go of the fluid it doesn't need, easing that swollen, puffy feeling and helping the legs feel lighter throughout the day. This is especially helpful for people who find that swelling is worse after long periods of sitting or standing. Omega-3 fatty acids are among the most valuable nutrients for overall circulation and inflammation support. They help keep the blood smooth and fluid, reducing friction within the vessels, and they help calm inflammation that can make blood vessels stiff or narrow. When inflammation is high, circulation slows and swelling increases. But when omega-3s are part of a person's nutritional routine, the body often experiences better blood flow and reduced heaviness in the lower legs. All of these nutrients work together, each supporting a different part of circulation, fluid balance, and vessel strength, giving the legs what they need to feel supported, energized, and comfortable again. Plant-based compounds like rutin and horse chestnut extract offer a level of support that many people over 60 don't even realize they're missing, especially when it comes to swelling, heaviness, and tiredness in the legs. These natural compounds have been used for generations to help reinforce the blood vessels, improve circulation, and ease the discomfort that happens when fluid starts to accumulate in the lower legs. Rutin, a bioflavonoid found naturally in foods like buckwheat, citrus peels, and asparagus, is one of the most powerful nutrients for strengthening capillaries. The tiny blood vessels near the surface of the skin are often the first to show signs of weakness. They may leak fluid into surrounding tissues, contributing to puffiness and swelling, or they may break easily, leading to bruising and discoloration. Rutin helps protect these delicate vessels by reinforcing the collagen within their walls and improving their elasticity. This means they're less likely to leak or become fragile, and as a result the legs feel less heavy, less swollen, and more resilient. Rutin also supports healthy circulation by helping reduce oxidative stress inside the blood vessels. When veins and capillaries are inflamed or under strain, blood doesn't move as efficiently as it should, and this can create a cycle where swelling and discomfort become more frequent. By supporting the vessel walls and reducing inflammation, rutin helps the body maintain smoother blood flow. People who experience that achy feeling in their calves, or who notice swelling toward the end of the day, often respond well to nutrients like rutin, because it goes right to the root of the problem by strengthening the structures that keep fluid where it belongs. Horse chestnut extract, on the other hand, has a long history of being used to support venous tone. The veins in the legs can lose their firmness and elasticity over time, especially after years of standing, walking, lifting, and simply living an active life. When veins lose tone, they struggle to push blood upward toward the heart, allowing blood to pool in the lower legs. This pooling increases pressure in the veins, leading to swelling discomfort, and sometimes that warm, throbbing sensation many older adults experience. The active compound in horse chestnut, called essen, helps tighten and strengthen the walls of the veins, making them more efficient at moving blood. This supportive effect can help reduce the feeling of heaviness or fullness in the legs and can ease the sensation of swelling that builds up throughout the day. What makes horse chestnut especially helpful is that it supports both circulation and inflammation management. It encourages the veins to work more efficiently while also helping calm the swelling that often accompanies poor circulation. This combination is why so many people notice a difference in how their legs feel when they include horse chestnut as part of their wellness routine. When used consistently, it can help maintain a sense of lightness and comfort in the legs, especially for people who find that simply being on their feet for too long leads to fatigue and puffiness. Together, rutin and horse chestnut form a powerful natural approach for anyone looking to support leg strength and circulation. They help reinforce the structures that keep blood flowing, reduce the leakage of fluid into tissues, and offer relief to legs that feel tired, achy, or swollen. Because they come from plants, they work in harmony with the body's own systems, supporting the veins and capillaries from the inside out. These compounds don't promise instant results, but they offer steady, meaningful support that grows over time, helping the legs feel more capable, more energized, and more comfortable day after day. Vitamin D and vitamin K2 play a much deeper role in leg strength and overall mobility than most people realize, especially as the body moves beyond the age of 60 and natural levels of these nutrients begin to decline. Many older adults assume leg weakness, fatigue, or balance issues are simply part of getting older, but in reality these symptoms often reflect nutrient shortages that affect the muscles, nerves, and even the arteries that carry blood through the legs. Vitamin D is widely known for supporting bone strength, but its influence goes far beyond the skeletal system. It plays an essential role in helping the muscles contract smoothly and respond quickly, which is a major factor in staying steady on your feet. When vitamin D levels drop, the legs may feel wobbly, unstable, or heavy, and people may notice they tire faster during simple activities like climbing stairs or walking short distances. This isn't just weakness, it's the body struggling to coordinate movement efficiently because it doesn't have the nutritional support it needs. Vitamin D also influences inflammation levels throughout the body. When inflammation rises, blood vessels can stiffen, muscles become more sensitive, and fluid can accumulate more easily in the lower legs. Many older adults who deal with chronic swelling are often unaware that low vitamin D may be a contributing factor. When the body has enough of this nutrient, the tissues in the legs are better able to function smoothly, recover from strain, and maintain flexibility. Another overlooked aspect of vitamin D is how it affects nerve function. Healthy nerves are essential for balance, stability, and muscle coordination. When nerve signaling slows down, even slightly, the legs may feel less responsive or slower to react. This is why vitamin D is so important for confidence in movement. When your muscles and nerves are communicating properly, the legs feel stronger, more dependable, and capable of supporting everyday activities. Vitamin K2 works closely with vitamin D, but its role is unique and incredibly important for people over 60. Instead of affecting muscle strength directly, vitamin K2 is responsible for directing calcium to the right places in the body. As we age, calcium can begin to accumulate in the arteries rather than staying in the bones where it belongs. When calcium builds up in the artery walls, the vessels become stiffer and narrower, making it harder for blood to flow through the legs. Poor circulation can lead to swelling, fatigue, and a feeling of heaviness. What vitamin K2 does is essentially guide calcium back into the bones, helping maintain strong bones and more flexible arteries at the same time. When arteries are flexible, blood moves more easily. The legs receive more oxygen and swelling becomes less frequent. The connection between vitamin D and K2 becomes even more powerful when you think about how they support one another. Vitamin D helps the body absorb calcium, And K2 ensures that the calcium is deposited correctly. Without K2, calcium may end up where it shouldn't, and without D, the body may not absorb enough calcium to maintain bone strength. When these vitamins work together, they help keep the legs strong, the bones dense, the arteries healthy, and the muscles responsive. Older adults who support their bodies with these nutrients often notice they feel steadier, more energetic, and less weighed down by stiffness or fatigue. The goal isn't perfection, but providing the body with the nutritional foundation it needs to move comfortably, reliably, and confidently day after day. Supplements can offer powerful support for circulation, swelling, and leg strength, but they work their best when combined with simple daily habits that help the body stay balanced, hydrated, and naturally energized. Many people over 60 start taking vitamins with the hope of feeling better quickly. But what really creates long-lasting change is the combination of nutrients and lifestyle habits working together. The body is incredibly responsive, but it needs more than one type of support. When someone drinks enough water daily, for example, the blood becomes easier to circulate, the lymphatic system is able to move fluid more efficiently, and swelling in the legs becomes far less likely. Hydration might seem basic, but it directly affects how well vitamins and minerals do their job. Even the best nutrients can't function at their full potential if the body is constantly dehydrated, because every cellular process, from repairing tissue to moving fluid, depends on water. Movement is another essential part of the equation. This doesn't mean intense workouts or exhausting routines. Even gentle movement makes a difference because the muscles in the legs act as pumps that help move blood and lymph fluid back toward the heart. When the legs stay still for long periods, fluid naturally begins to settle, blood moves more slowly, and swelling becomes more noticeable. Something as simple as a daily walk, light stretching, or a few minutes of lifting the heels off the ground can activate those muscles enough to support better circulation. Over time, this builds strength and stability, especially when paired with nutrients like magnesium, vitamin D, and omega-3s, which help muscles relax and respond more effectively. Food also plays a meaningful role in how the legs feel throughout the day. Anti-inflammatory foods like berries, leafy greens, turmeric, ginger, nuts, and seeds help calm the inflammation that contributes to swelling and heaviness. When inflammation is high, the blood vessels can become stiff or irritated, and even healthy circulation becomes harder to maintain. By adding more natural, whole foods into daily meals, the body gets an extra layer of support that works alongside the vitamins to keep the legs feeling lighter and more comfortable. Small changes, such as reducing processed foods or salty snacks, can also help because excess sodium often leads to water retention, which shows up immediately in the legs and ankles. Elevating the legs is another simple habit that amplifies the benefits of supplements. Because the veins in the legs work against gravity, giving them a break by lifting the legs above heart level allows blood to drain more easily and reduces pressure in the lower limbs. This not only helps manage swelling, but also supports the nutrients that strengthen veins and improve circulation. People who elevate their legs regularly often notice that their supplements seem to work faster, simply because the body isn't constantly fighting gravitational pressure. Consistency is where everything comes together. Vitamins and natural compounds don't create dramatic change overnight. They create steady improvements when taken regularly. The same is true with movement, hydration, and food choices. When all of these elements are combined, the body receives support from every angle. Circulation improves, inflammation calms down, the vessels grow stronger, and the legs begin to feel more stable and energized. This holistic approach allows both supplements and daily habits to complement each other, making the results far more noticeable and long-lasting.